start to repeat the process again. Okay, so next up is page 11, which is at the back here, and page 12. Right, again I have everything together the way I want it. So for page 11, I'm going to be using these tiny little tabs, little tickets. We have the number 11 to represent our day 11. I have perfect moments, sentiment. I've also got this sentence that says, watch your step wherever you go. You may end up underneath the mistletoe. I cut this out. I've just cut it out to use as a tab. And then the photographs that you're going to need are 2 photographs that measure 10 centimeters by 8. So your photo mats are 10.5 by 8.5. You need 2 of those. And then I have this pattern paper, also a little offcut. So you need one that measures 2 centimeters across, 16.5 centimeters down. It's going to go more or less over there. And then these ones that measure 2 centimeters by 12.5, they're going to go over there and over there. All right. What I found when I was doing this one, because of the size of the photographs that I wanted to use, I will need to have my photos slightly overlap the pattern paper, just a little bit like that. All right. Which in the end of the day is not the end of the world. Right, like that. And then I plan to have the sentiment, perfect moments, go over here. This little piece that says watch your step, I think I'd like to have that slide underneath here like this. I did cut it a little bit bigger so that I can do that, so kind of in the middle like that. Then the sugar and spice, I think will look good if we slide it in over here. We can maybe even shift it over this way. Alright, we have the number going over here, so we might just, I think we leave it there. I think that looks good. And again, you can decide if you want to keep those stripes out. I think it's going to look better tucked in like that, because it just clashes with this part over here. That looks good like that. And then just to finish this off, I think we'll add these tickets, the 2 little tickets over there like that. Just adds a little something extra. Right, so again, we're going to put glue on everything with this one. Again, I'm just going to put glue down the center because I want to be able to tuck the photographs, the top and the bottom. For these 2, what I think I'm going to do is I would staple them together. I'm going to use my tiny attacher and just put a little staple across like that, because they will look good over here. And then again, just some glue at the bottom here, so that I'm able to tuck my photograph in. This one, I'm just going to put glue at the top because I'm going to slide it underneath my photo. This one, I'm just going to add glue because I know that I'm not going to let that show. There we go. So they can dry while we assemble the page. Right, so again, we're going to start top, bottom, side photos. Let's do that. So again, we're going to attach this pattern piece so that we have the same gap there, there, and there. I think I'm going to attach the side piece. I'm not going to push it down yet. I just want to try to get that line straight, and then I'm going to attach this one. So everything is just lightly tacked in place. I haven't adhered or burnished my pattern paper yet, so I can still shift it if need be. And that's going to go over there. I'm going to shift that down a little bit, shift that down a little bit. But it looks like I've got this pretty straight. Turn that over and just add a bit of pressure. Okay, so now hold it in place and burnish. Otherwise it's going to slide. burnish, and the same here. Right, and then the photo mats can go in. I want these to line up with this side over here. And remember I said they would most likely have to overlap slightly. So before I attach that, burnish that in place, I'm going to attach the other one quickly. There we go. And I need that little gap in the side because I need to attach my sentiment so that I'm able to get my photograph to fit when I do add that. Happy with the way that's turned out? Looking good. I did forget that I want to slide something in over there and at the bottom. So I want to put my sugar and spice, we can get that in. And then this one at the bottom, I forgot about that as well. I was too quick to put the glue on, but it's fine, it hasn't stuck properly yet. This is also going to slide in underneath here. I'm going to center it. And I'd like some of the dots to stick out like that. I think that looks good. There we go. And then perfect moments. I'm also going to center that. Ooh, maybe not. Okay. Should have stuck well. And then I can just add gel line around this like that. Okay. Right, then we want to mat the number. Oops. So day 11 will mat onto its little circle. And remember, it is going to go over the photograph slightly, so we also again just want to add glue to the one half of it so that we have the option to slide the photograph underneath. So there's no glue under this part here, and that's going to go like that. And then the last little piece we're just going to attach over there like that. So not too involved, but I think it looks very effective, and once the pictures are on, it's going to look really awesome. So there you go, that's your day 11 done. Next up is day 12. Okay. So this is the last one, and then we will start to repeat again. I will get everything out. So here's my day number 12. We'll add the glue to this so that it can just dry off, get sticky over there. Does make it a little bit easier. So I've just chosen one of these journal cards and cut that out like that. I have this little present. For this, I cut this out of one of the journal cards. I have a little ticket, I have a tag, I have a bow, and some pattern paper. Right, so let's get going. Let me try and find it so I can show you what it looks like. I don't know where I've put it now. Yes, it will be right here with this. Day number 6. So here's my journal card. I've used some washi tape to create a hinge. I attach the tag so that the tag becomes the tab as well as part of the embellishment. Again, some more washi tape for the hinge. Okay, there's my day. I've put the day number 6 there. And again, I haven't decided what I want to do here yet. This is just preparation. So again, I can add a photograph here. I can add some journaling. I can add some more embellishing. For this one, I used a Christmas tree, a bow, the little candle like this. The present is printed on this tag. I've got the little ticket and a little sentiment, celebrate, to go in over there. Right. So we're just going to repeat that. The piece of pattern paper, again, I've had to cut bits and pieces up. So that measures 12.5 centimeters across, 16.5 centimeters down. These pattern pieces that are going at the top, 12.5 centimeters across, 1.5 centimeters down, and then this one over here is 2.5 centimeters by 12.5. And then I have these big gaps, right? I will fill those up with some washi tape, right? And this time I think I'm just going to use the green washi tape, but if it's going to be, no, I think it's going to work. I was going to mat it onto some white, but I think that will work just fine. Right, so we're going to attach the background pages first. And then I see I didn't run through how we're going to put it together, but I'll do that now. So again, I want to make sure my space on the side and the top and over here is more or less the same. I'm going to do the same here at the bottom. Line it up so that it's more or less straight. I'm using this piece to help me line it up nicely. Right, like that. So I can now decide if I want to have the washi tape, just one piece of washi tape at the top there, or if I'm going to want to have the washi tape top and bottom. I kind of like the idea of having my washi tape at the top and the bottom, so I'm going to just attach this little piece in there and center my pattern paper so that I can add a piece of washi tape at the top and the bottom. I'm just making sure that it lines up on the sides and that it lines up over here. There we go. Perfect. Right. Washi tape. This is then going to, I'm going to put it so that it's flush against the red, I think. Yeah. I think that's going to look good, like that. Instead of overlapping the red and the pattern underneath. My washi tape is a little bit translucent, so I can see the pattern coming through. That's okay. It doesn't look bad. If it bugs you, then you would need to match your washi tape onto some white cardstock before you attach it. Okay, I just want to line it up with the side. Get it pretty straight, like that. There we go. I'm going to maybe move it a little bit. I don't think I've got it quite, oh no, I have. I didn't think I had it flush with the pattern, but I do. There we go. So we're going to do that and then just burnish that on like that. So now I know that I want to use this to create a hinge. I'm going to put it in sort of centered like that, okay? And then I'm going to use my washi tape to create the hinge. I'm going to stick with this one. I like that this is going to pick up the black in there. And again, remember it's going to be squishy now, so I just need to hold it in place and just give it a burnish like that. Right, I want to put another piece of the washi tape this side. Like that. I'm going to add that little piece of green. I don't think I'm going to add anything extra there. Right, so now I know that I want to use this as my tab, so I want it to be, I want my tab to stick out over here more or less like that. So I'm going to attach that in place. Right, so across there and down. I can stick this flat because I know that there's nothing needing to tuck in under it or anything like that. And then I want to be able to attach it about 1/2 centimeter away from the side of the page of the flap, something like that. Turn it over to make sure that I've got it straight on this side. It looks like it. And then burnish that in place. Right, then I want to recreate the little cluster that I have here. My idea is then to use this over here. It doesn't matter that there's already an image. I'm going to then just create like a fake little tag like that. Move that in over there. Let's see. I think that looks better underneath there like that. This can then go in over there like that, and then just add the little extra bow in over there. You see how nice that looks? All right. So I'm just going to put some glue on everything quickly. Right, so we're going to put, and I don't need a sentiment for this because I already have the word Merry Christmas on the tag itself. Pop that in there. Just going to put some glue over here. This just on the side here, because I might want to tuck something in. And the same with the ticket. I'm not going to put glue everywhere. I'm just going to put a little bit down the bottom here like that. Right. So now I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I'm not so sure that I'm 100% happy with my green washi tape. And what can I do? It just looks too like, yeah, like that's, it looks a bit dull. So what can I do to brighten that up? And I was originally thinking to add in this red, but that's not going to work for me either. But in my stash, I have another piece of washi tape, a silver, if I can get it. There we go. I have this silver sparkly washi, which I think will look really awesome if we put it across like that. It'll just break that very green, very solid line and add something interesting. Right now, I know that washi tape, I've had it for so long, the sticky on it is done. So I think this is too broad. Let me see. So I just want to test that my tape and my washi tape are more or less the same thickness. I think that this one is just too broad. It might stick out. So the best bet then for me is to add a bead of glue where I want the tape to go, and I'm going to leave that just to dry clear, and then we can add that washi tape. Just needs to go a little bit tacky. While we're waiting for that, we can add this. So we can, I thought to put my little tag here, but I would need this in place first. Right, so we need this. I'm going to put that in more or less over there. Then I can add my little tab, which I lost because it's camouflaged on the pattern paper. And even move this one over just a little bit more, not too much. Bring it up there. I think that looks good. You can add the ticket. I'll mark it down the bottom more. And a little bit out, maybe straight. I think that looks better. So the ticket straight, the present straight, and this little extra tab we can do at an angle, and then we can add the little ribbon, just a little extra bow, go in over there like that. Make sure that it's not going to interfere with me turning it. Will I just need to move it, shift it slightly over to the right. so that it doesn't catch on that fold. There we go. I think that works out perfectly. Right, so I think that my glue has dried enough for me to be able to add my tape. There we go. That looks good, and it should, in theory, tear. Yes. And then we can do the other one. There we go. That is done. So my maths was a little bit off. We're working from page 7 to page 12, not to page 13. 13 starts us off again. So that for me looks a little bit better. What I can do now is when I do come back to, I haven't put the day on, when I come back to my day 12, when I'm busy, when I decide what it is I want to add to this page, I can easily add extra sentiments. I can make her punch out a border. There's lots. This sets me up to be able to add quite a little bit extra to my page in the long run. Right. So this number 12 is going to go over here. My day 12. I'm going to pop it in over there like that. Okay, so the rest of them I'm going to do off camera. So I have already done some of them, the last couple. The middle piece I haven't done. I'll do that off camera and then just come back to show you. So that takes us up to day 12. We can pop them into the album now so that you can see where we're going and what it looks like. We'll just put them all in order. Okay, so a quick recap of where we're at. I've put everything back in the album. So this will be the introduction page to the December daily. Right, so we've done our page 1 and 2. We have 3 and 4, 5 and 6. I did 7 and 8 with you in real time. 9 and 10. 11 and 12. Right, then 13, 14, 15, 16, I will do, I've just put them in the wrong way around. I will do on my off camera, but I do have everything that I will need for it. I have already, like the basics, I haven't chosen my pattern paper for this yet, but I have an idea of where I'm going with that. Oops, I lied. This is not it. Right. So page 13, we start again with day 1. This would be your day 2. Day 15 then is day 3 and 4. This will be your 16, goes over here. So I've already cut the photo mats and the basics that I'm going to need to be able to complete the page. 17 and then 18 is that big one that we're going to do. Right, then I have off camera, but I have recorded me doing this and I will show you. I'll just put music on and you can watch me create. So day 19, I changed it around. Instead of doing my documenting here, I'm going to put a photo here and do my little journaling here. All right. Day 20 is the day 2, kind of just a little bit of extra embellishing on the side there. Here is where we have that flap. I added in the red glitter washi tape, and there we go with that. If I bring it in, okay, I've made sure my pattern stays the same. I've left this open for something for me to be able to add something later. Day 22 is where we also added the flap and where we're going to do some journaling there. And you can see here I've taken 3 of the Christmas trees that I fussy cut and just layered them in, but you will pick that up in the video. Then day 23 looks like that. Again, day 23, Carol's Vacation. I put some washi tape to offset this. I have the two little sentiments, top and bottom. Day 24, I've used this one, my journal card, and when you open it up, again, Christmas tree with some tickets with a joy to the world. For day 25, my plan is to have it as a double page spread. You do not have to do that. You can keep it as a single page if you want. Let's just move this out the way. So I'll do day 25 with you. All right. So we're going to work that as a double page spread. I haven't attached these. We will be doing that. I'll quickly stick that on. So my plan here is, there's my number 25. Let's put our glue on here. It can dry off there. Okie dokie. So I will be using a piece of cardstock, a pattern paper. Again, it's not quite the length that it should be. That's going to go there like that. I have this going on the top. I haven't decided yet if I want it to flap or not. I will most likely let it flap. I want to add this over here, so I'm going to bring this right down. I want this to look like it's sticking out from behind there, along with the little Santa Claus over there. And then I have this reindeer tab, and I have a little present, and I thought maybe just to extend what's already happening here, just extend it like that. And I will probably put washi tape over there. Okay. And instead of adding another pattern paper at the bottom here, I'm just going to add washi tape. This Father Christmas washi tape I'm going to put at the bottom here. So, which means I'm going to move that up a little bit like that. And then I can make that a flap as well. We can put some washi tape there and make it a flap. Right, for this side, I just want to add one photograph of, and it's a piece of paper that I printed on that didn't, I'm just using that as my photo mat. That's going to go there. This little piece over here, I'll give you the measurements in a bit. Okay, then I have a piece at the top. Oh, sorry, the bigger piece needs to go at the bottom. Like that. With the smaller piece at the top. Like that. And then I have Making Spirits Bright, which can go over there like that. And then the Merry Christmas. Yes. Nope. I think this goes underneath. We can pop it over here. So yes, I can't decide if I want to use Merry Christmas or December 25th. That's why I have them both. Right. And then I have the word family that's going to go in over here like that. All right. We can just goes in underneath there like that. And I will balance this out by adding the washi tape that I used at the bottom to use a piece over there. I have the option to make the flap. This Making Spirits Bright is going to go over here, and the number is going to go over there. So the number 25, even though I have it there, just to stay with the theme and keep it going, my plan is to have it like that. Right, so I also then painted this grey board that says family and friends. I've just painted it in black. Just black acrylic paint. I don't think that it needs anything more than that. And I think by adding this bit of black here, it's just going to balance everything nicely. So maybe that we'll have to move that. I will cut it a bit shorter so that it fits. But I think it's going to look good there. Maybe the other way around. Yes, I think this way around looks better. Okay, so we're going to do that over there. I think we can put the number 25 at the top then. That'll maybe look a little bit better. And then we can repeat that. I think we can even use this one again. Yeah. So lots of 25 and December 25 being used. I think that's going to look, it looks good. It just finishes it off very nicely. Right, so that's that. I will most likely put a piece of washi tape here to flap it, and then that gives me extra space to add things. So I'm quickly going to put glue on everything, and then we can start to assemble the page. Again, it just makes it easier if we've already pre-stuck everything. We don't have to deal with glue while we're trying to move things around. Put this there. I'm going to put the glue kind of in the middle so that I can tuck things under. The same with this one. Just going to run some glue down the middle like this, like that. And I think my dogs are starting to get a little bit impatient with me. Just remember not to put the glue down too far. Take some off here. There we go. Again, the Merry Christmas, I'm going to put the glue towards the top because I've got to tuck my photograph in. Making Spirits Bright, I'm going to put the glue down towards the bottom, like that. And then, doesn't matter with this, I can put it everywhere because it's just going to tuck under, like that. The friends and family, I'm going to trim so that it fits, and then I will just run glue along the bottom. I'm not going to put glue everywhere. I'll show you now. So I'm just going to run some glue along the bottom like this, and then a little bit at the top. So a little dab at the top, and that'll stick it quite well. Okay, so there we go. So that can also just go off to the side to go tacky. So I think that's all the embellishments done and dusted. We can now start to assemble. We'll start this side and then move over. Okay, so again, little glue around the holes, squiggly up the middle, squiggly up the top, squiggly down the bottom, and then just around each one like this. Like that. Attach that in place. Looks good. Punch the holes. Use the holes that are already there to line up and punch. There you go. Right, so I can add my pattern paper. I'm going to add it to the top, leave the gap because I plan to put some washi tape there. There you go. So you want to have just a slight gap at the top, along the side, more or less the same. We're going to do the same when we add this. Alright, so this one, I'm going to add it so that it overlaps, like that. Okay. So this piece of pattern that we cut, this 2 centimeter strip, we're going to overlap this pattern here. Alright, once you've got it in place, we can then burnish everything like that. Right, that's looking good. Then I wanted to use my washi tape. I want to use the Santa Claus washi tape at the bottom here, but I'm going to lift it up a bit so that his face and body doesn't stick out, so it's going to be like that. And then I want to use a little bit of this stripe, but I also want to, I'm going to cut it in half. I don't want to use the full width, I just want a narrower piece, so I'm going to do it like that. And I'm just going to add that at the bottom here, like that. Trim that off. There we go. And I can work that in. Like that. Keep this piece, we can use it, or maybe we can just put it in at the top. We'll use it at the top later, maybe, we'll see. Right, then my plan then is to have this right down the bottom here. And that works really well, and kind of in the center. I want to put a piece of washi tape over there. I'm going to use this green one. Not too big a piece, more over on this side than that side, like that. And then I'm going to put a piece of the Santa Claus washi tape to fill up this gap with our embellishing. Alright, turn it over, keep it in place, burnish. Okay, so I haven't decided what I'm going to do, if I'm going to add a photo, if I'm going to add some embellishing, if I'm going to add journaling. I'm just going to leave it like that. And then to balance this, we can add this piece of the stripe. Okay, with a little piece of center, not too big. Like that. Just going to tear that off there. There we go. Right, and again, we're going to fold it over and just burnish that to create a fold line in the washi tape. All right. So now this has got to, I should have put this in first, but it's fine. That'll work like that. I'm going to bring it over. Okay, I want to cover that piece of washi. I'm going to add another piece of washi tape to that. And where is he? I'm going to go over there. I think you can go under. Like that. Yeah. Perfect. So I would add a little piece of the green washi tape then also, or maybe not, we can add this narrower piece of stripe. Let's see what we get. That'll look good, I think. Yeah. There we go. I like that. Just finishes it off nicely, so when we open up, we need to burnish to give that, because it's on the hinge. There we go. Looking good. Right, so we want to add the little gift to just carry on with this cluster. Just slide it underneath there a little bit, bring it down, reindeer delivery, and we can add the word family. Okay, so we need to shift everything up just a little bit so that it all fits. Maybe I'll stick the word family down first. Right. Then we can stick the reindeer down, bring them down a little bit more, and then lift the present up. I think it'll look better over. Perfect. everything nicely stuck down in place. Just draw a line around here. So that leaves you now with some options of when you lift this flap of something to do there and there. So on Christmas Day you can maybe add extra photographs, you can add some journaling. It's really up to you. We can even add another piece of the washi tape over here, I think. I'm not so sure. Let's see if he will look good over here. I can just, no. We'll just leave it like that. Again, it's something we can concentrate on and add at a later stage. So now we're going to work on the other side. Right. Remember, we need to add the reinforced. Goes there, squiggle up. Around the edge of our reinforced piece of paper. Our spine. Right down the middle. There we go. Flush against the center, top and bottom. Make sure it's no overlap. There we go. Give it a good burnish. Line up those holes that have already been punched. Put glue on everything. Okay. And let's get this page done. So remember I said I want to put that one over on the side there because I want to put the word family and friends. Okay, so we're going to line that up top and bottom. Try and make the gap more or less the same. I don't mind that there's a bit of an overlap. I'll move it a little bit closer if need be. I really don't mind if this photo overlaps this a bit. But I would like to have a little gap on the side here. Like that. Okay, so we'll start by adding in this piece first. This is the smaller, the narrower piece. Okay. There we go. My patterns and my photograph are going to overlap this border, which is fine. I don't need that the gap because I am going to be putting that chipboard word there. Looks like I've gone pretty skew, but that's also fine. I've got the, let's see. There we go. That looks about right. I'm going to hide my squiffness with an embellishment. I've cut this a little bit too short. Right. As long as I line it up here, this is easy enough to fix with a little bit of an embellishment. So as long as one side is straight, we can fix the other. No problem. There we go. I like the way that's starting to look. Okay, and then I want to add my Making Spirits Bright. I'm going to add that over here. Let's see, let's add family and friends first. What did we decide? We want to have it run this way. So this is how we'll fix my little oopsie. We'll use this to hide the fact that I didn't get this 100% straight. How that works in my favor. Alright. Making Spirits Bright. Which one is this? December 25th. Overlap it slightly like that. Bring it over some more. I think that looks good. Right. Merry Christmas. And I know that I want to put the number 25 over here, so I'm going to bring the Merry Christmas over a little bit more, like that. And I'm still able to slide my photo in for the day. So I'm going to draw my lines. Right, so again, there is an extra little room here for embellishing, but again, something I can do once I have my photographs in place, because you're never really 100% sure what it is you're wanting, how you want to embellish and what photograph you're going to put there. So no good I put an embellishment of a cup of coffee or a champagne glass and we end up drinking hot chocolate or something like that. So the embellishing we can do once we start to add the photographs, but the basics are there. So there you go, that's your spread. I will probably go around this family and friends with a white gel pen as well, just to make it all pop, but I'm very happy with the way that's turned out. The one thing I would like to do to try and balance it is add a little bit of this, you know, to pick up that. So again, I'm going to I just need a narrow piece of this tape. Okay. For me, it feels like we need to add a little piece of it over here. Can add it maybe behind this, yes, like that. That looks good. Can even put this little piece here then, so that it looks like it flows. Yes, there we go. I think that then just helps me bring that balance, creates my visual triangle. Right, this little piece we can easily then add behind here if need be. Let's see. There we go. Just what we needed. Perfect. I feel better. I feel happier with that. Okay, so there we go. That's my December 25th done. So you can carry on. You can then repeat the same process doing 26, 7, 8, 9, and 31 if you want to. But I will most likely on this page just put one big photograph, because I do have inserts up until the 31st, but I don't think I'm going to embellish all the way to the 31st. I think that I will stop at 25 with that big photo, but at least I have the option. If I want to carry on doing more, I have that option. So there you go. That's all the pages. Like I said, those ones that I haven't done yet, I will do them off camera, and then I'll just do a walkthrough with you at a later stage. Right. So with regards to the front now, again, the front I will embellish once I have put my photographs in. I'm thinking that I'm going to use the sentiment from the grey board that says Season's Greetings, but I might not do that. I might, on my silhouette, cut out December 2023. I might put that on the front. So I feel that the front, how I finish off the front cover will be determined by what happens with the photographs that go in the album itself. But there you go. I hope that you have enjoyed my version of a December daily. That is quite easily, if you don't want to do a December daily, you can easily take away the numbers and then just embellish your pages like this with no numbers. All right. There is still enough space. I'd say, if I have a look, at least 2 or 3 centimeters worth of space where you could add extra stuff in between, more things like this if you wanted to. Right. But this gives you a good start. I hope that you've enjoyed the project, and I look forward to seeing you in the next workshop. Thank you for watching.